I'm gonna vanish and watch.
All right. Welcome to the first annual Skpow table read, July 14th, Wednesday. Let's go down the list. Playing the role of Captain Philomel will be Mark Meer. Playing the role of Mama Rat will be Belinda Cornish. Playing Grammarat, Ziz, and Commodore Tilly will be Aimeé, Aimeé Beaudoin. I'm sorry about the pronunciation on both those names. And then playing FM Jones and Lieutenant Jensen will be Donovan Workun. And then narrating as well as the voice of Skpow will be me, Stephen Notley. So I guess the basic ground rules are we're just gonna start and we'll go. There are some little, there's some, if everyone's read the script, they know that there are some oddball words in here. So there's some opportunity to kind of stumble. If you stumble, just sort of stop, take a breath, go back, start the line again, keep going. Everybody cool?
Do you have a accent request? What would you like?
I don't. I mean, I would just do it whatever feels right. Dwayne, do you have a suggestion?
No, not really. Like between Mama Rat and Grandma Rat, like Grandma Rat is sort of supposed to represent like the old world. No specific old world on Earth, but just like she's from the old country, the old world. Right. Mama Rat is basically like the next generation down from her. So she's sort of like just modern and does her own thing. So she could really be anything.
Or if we recall from the Bastard Prince reads, like Mama Rat was kind of a little bit sort of based on like Julie Thomas, who was the inspiration for the Jules character, that's say the bartender. So if that helps.
So cool. So a cool lady.
Yeah.
Jules is a cool.
Yeah, cool lady.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Any other questions? Anything else?
All good.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let us begin. Cold open. Exterior. Skpow. Spiral galaxy. Skpow. Unlike dull, empty space, Skpow is crowded. Zooming into the galaxy, past stars, planets, nebulae, a technicolor soup of alien ships, laser fights, explosions. A planet-sized caterpillar chomps on a blue dwarf star. A swarm of triple-tailed manatees overtake a smoldering frigate. Supernovae and white holes abound. Slow 2. Exterior, space, planet Aqua, day. The Bronwyn Cannonade Charger, a bulky hexagonal spaceship, lumbers over a pearlescent blue-green planet. An enormous cannon mounted on top and twice as long as the ship pivots and fires. A crackling metal cannonball snaps across Skpow and Skpows into a rusting rat-shaped spacecraft, knocking it spinning. Skpow! Note, key sound effects in this universe are performed by the voice of Skpow. This is a role, think John DiMaggio as narrator, but is only locked in as Skpow. Interior, Bronwyn, Cannonade Charger, bridge, day. Captain Philomel is a Bronwyn, a centaur-shaped alien with a horsey head, 2 arms, 4 legs, front feet are hands. He's dressed in crisp navy blues, his equine head trimmed with a slicked collar-length mane.
Fair shot, Jensen. Still a smidge eager on your leads. Track and reload.
He stands on a raised round platform under the large transparent dome of the bridge. Bronwyn officers, including Lieutenant Jensen, work a ring of stations underneath. Philomel takes a sip from a cube-shaped cup of tea, one of his front legs holding the hexagonal saucer. Through the dome, we see the enormous cannon swing over.
Fire!
Exterior Skpow, System Aqua Day. The cannonades made cannon fires again. Another cannonball Skpows into the tumbling rat ship, obliterating it. Skpow! Interior Bronwyn and Cannonade Charger Bridge Day. Philomel nods.
Lovely.
He plucks a discreet comb from his breast pocket and smooths back his mane. The thick pomade releases an audible splub.
50 kills, that's quota.
Lieutenant, I believe you are correct.
Permission to howl and cheer enthusiastically, Captain.
The crew looks expectantly to Philomel.
Granted.
The Bronwyn officers whoop and cheer, high-15ing each other. A huge banner drops down from the ceiling reading 50 kills, next stop Aloha. Philomel smiles, raises a hand, quieting the crew.
Well done, everyone. But what do I often say?
Nature abhors a mess.
Mess.
Quite so. Tidy up after ourselves, shall we? Take us to the debris for reclamation. Ah, I see there's cake.
Exterior, Skpow, System Aqua, day. Later. Blue rays shine from one of the cannonad's hexagonal sections. Scrap metal and debris are pulled inside the ship through enormous cargo bay doors. One minor bit of green scrap beeps quietly as it's drawn in. Interior Bronwyn Cannonade Charger Bridge Day. Lieutenant Jensen, carving cake slices, notices a blinking light.
Captain, Commodore Tilly on the horn.
A hologram of Commodore Tilly, a female Bronwyn officer, and even crisper Navy Reds appears before Philomel. He hands his cake off to an orderly and snaps to a proud salute.
Cannonade Charger. Captain Junior Grade Philomel reporting. Quota complete. We're ready to set course for Aloha and a bold new direction.
Captain, I'm afraid I can't recommend you for promotion to Aloha Sector.
You can't be serious. Sir, my record is spotless. My uniform is spotless. I sleep in this uniform. Not this uniform, obviously. I have a special sleeping... Sir, my duty is my life.
And that's the problem.
Tilly's hologram puffs her chest and gestures grandly.
You're a capable officer, Philomel, but at Aloha, we're looking for political leaders. Zesty, fun at parties, more than a uniform.
With respect, sir, that's me. I'm ready. All I lack is opportunity.
Interior Bronwyn Cannonade Charger Cargo Bay 4 day. Skpow-suited Bronwyn managed the cloud of magnetically suspended junk, including the unnoticed bit of green scrap, beeping louder, faster.
Look around. The Voskum party is no challenge to us. Where's the valor in sweeping up inconsequential trash?
The beeping stops, then the scrap Skpow pops like a million blinding green flashbulbs. Interior Bronwyn Cannonade Charger Bridge day. The Tilly hologram disappears as all the lights on the bridge go out. Philomel's eyes go wide in dim silhouette.
Commodore, are you there? Jensen!
Power's gone. Controls are dead.
Steady, Lieutenant. Switch to backups. Put down the cake.
Exterior Skpow, System Aqua day. A janky green rat ship pings into existence, rapidly closes on the stricken charger, opens up with its rapid-fire zappers, strafes explosions across the cannonade hull. Interior Bronwyn Cannonade Charger Bridge day. The crew staggers as emergency backup power flickers on.
Voskum Raiders on attack vector.
Thank you, Lieutenant. We know. Traverse cannon to track.
Overhead, the giant Bronwyn cannon rotates to track the rat ship, arcing around for another attack.
Closer. Closer. And...
The rat ship disappears and blinks forward, and again, skipping ahead of the cannon's firing solution and curving in terrifyingly close to the charger.
Rotters! I hate when they do that.
The rat ship flies straight at them, zappers blazing. The dome explodes. All Bronwyn are flung out into space. Pow! Philomel's comb goes spinning past us as we smash the title. Skpow! End of cold open. Act 1. Interior, Voskum Raider, cargo dump, day. The Voskum Raider's cargo dump is cramped and rounded. Shadowy greenish light, more a gut than a cargo bay. Chaotic piles of junk, garbage, equipment, and collectibles are impossible to tell from the walls, floor, and ceiling. Philomel lies unconscious on rusty plating. He stirs. Philomel's POV. Eyes opening, a blurry blur revolves into a filthy rat crouching 10 centimeters from his face.
Yeah!
Philomel leaps to stand, backing away, bumps into something.
Sorry.
That is super awesome. Turning, he sees
Working on
He sees Grandma Rat, a Voskum. She is an enormous, elderly, gray-haired rat, 1.5 meters tall, waist high to Philomele, wearing a dirty shawl and spectacles.
Ah!
He puts up his dukes in an old-timey boxing stance, plus an alternating third duke as his front legs hop back and forth.
I am prepared to defend myself.
Grandma Rat turns, scuttles towards and up a cramped rat tunnel angling out of the cargo dump. Philomele looks around, taking in the surrounding filth for the first time, horrified.
Oh no.
He grimly approaches the rat tunnel, humming the Bronwyn anthem under his breath for courage.
For order, justice, freedom, with cannons firm, boys, balls ho!
Interior, Voskum Raider, driving room, day. The rat ship's driving room is similarly bejunked, twisting with pipes and cables. Two enormous portholes, the eyes of the ship, face forward into Skpow. Mama Rat, a bigger, sleeker, tank-topped brown Voskum, works jerry-rigged controls. Grandma Rat pops out of a small tunnel.
Crazy plan. Never gonna work.
Is too gonna.
Grandma Rat starts pulling on a Skpow suit as various bangs and clunks can be heard from the tunnel.
Oh! Oof! Curse it! This is...
Philomele tries to emerge from the tunnel. He forces his head out, his arms, one leg, gets thoroughly stuck. Tugs jacket to resume dignity.
Voskum, may I assume you're in command of this vessel?
It ain't Voskum, mister. Name's Mama Rat, and nobody commands anybody here.
Mama Rat. As you like. I am Captain Junior Grade Hieronymus Philomele of the Bronwyn Admiralty, and I demand that you release me at once.
You want to leave? The door.
She jerks a thumb at Grandma Rat, sealing her Skpow suit helmet next to a rickety door with a screen. Grandma Rat pulls the screen back and slides the door open. No airlock. The air howls, sucked out into empty Skpow. Fruit rinds and snack wrappers swirling in the tempest. Philomele flails, assaulted by garbage in all directions. Grandma Rat crawls outside with jerky yanks. She slams the screen, then the door is shut. The wind mostly dies down. Mama Rat locks the controls, turns, arms folded, to a gasping but recovering Philomele.
You see, Mr. Philomele, it's like this.
Captain.
We're trying something new. Scrounging ship's cores, it's a lot of work, you see.
Oh, indeed. Piracy's terribly taxing, is it?
Well, but there's a lot of hungry mouths with fancy tastes out there. What if I knew somebody in the market for a nice, healthy Bronwyn?
Philomele blanches and recoils in horror.
But that's appalling. A grotesque violation of the norms of combat, expressly forbidden by Declaration 1220.
I ain't heard of that one.
Outside, Grandma Rat bangs on the porthole, points in at Philomele, her voice tittering with glee over the radio.
Gonna eat ya.
Listen. Think fast.
Listen, Mama Rat, your plan is madness and entirely unnecessary.
Yeah? Got a better idea?
Of course I do. If cores are all you need, we have dozens in surplus. Allow me to contact my ship, and you may have as many as you like.
Not trust.
Grandma's got a point, Mr. Philomele. Why should I believe a hoity sixer?
Philomele straightens, offended she'd even ask.
As Captain Junior Grade Bronwyn Admiralty, I give my word.
Mama Rat considers, shrugs, digs a janky radio on a coiled cord out of a pile of junk and hands it to Philomele. He fiddles with it a moment and then...
Mayday! General distress! This is Captain Philomele of the Admiralty taken prisoner by the smelliest...
Mama Rat snatches the radio from his hands.
All right, piggy. Off to market with you.
Skpow! The ship lurches with a thunderous skpow, tumbling Mama Rat to the deck. Clinging to the outside of the porthole, we see Grandma Rat points at a ship in the distance. It's the damaged cannonade Charger, cranking its cannon back for another shot. Philomele raises a fist in triumph.
Ha! Good shot, Jensen. Or whoever. You got the old girl fighting again.
Not for long.
Mama Rat slams a steer stick, stomps on a taped up throttle. Exterior, Skpow, System Aimeé, day. The engines rumble as the rat ship accelerates towards the stricken cannonade. Rat clings to the hull. Interior, Voskum Raider driving room day. Philomil struggles to extract himself from the tunnel.
No, I will not sit wedged idly by as you commit another cowardly attack on my ship.
With Herculean effort, he turns, twists, and clatters out of the hole, spilling painfully onto some pipes. He launches himself at Mama Rat, knocks her back, grabs the steer stick, and wrenches it to the side.
Get your flappers off our steer stick.
She lunges at him, sinks her jaws into his arm.
Oh, you rotter!
2 skinny male Voskum enter and join the fray. All 4 now banging back and forth on the steer stick. It's a chaotic rat fight. As they scrap through the portholes, the cannonade grows bigger and bigger and bigger.
Stuck up, fancy pantsy, lying, lie face, lie, baby liar.
Promises made to Voskum have no weight, madam, and furthermore...
Exterior, Skpow, System Aimeé, day. The rat ship collides with a much larger cannonade. Grinds across its hull, wedging itself under the cannon, tilting the cannon's ass head down into the cannonade. Pow! The cannon fires, sending the 2 ships flying apart. The rat ship tumbling off, sparking and belching smoke towards pearly blue planet Aimeé. Exterior, planet Aimeé, desert island beach, day. An inside-out crab emerges from a growth of upside-down palm trees and scuttles towards the beach. Here's something. He pops an eye stalk up, sees the rat ship tumbling out of the sun, and scuttles for cover. A huge shadow grows over it. The rat ship slams into the beach, obliterating the crab. Pow! The rat ship's head snaps off, bounces like a football down the beach, and finally comes to rest, flinging Philomil, Mama Rat, and the Skpow-suited Rat out onto the blue-green sand. They stagger to their feet, still wobbling.
I trust you're proud of yourself, you duplicitous, greedy, lawless...
Stop with the sweet talk, mister. I already got a boyfriend. Plus, you smell.
Philomil has never been more aghast.
I? Let me assure you, madam, that if anyone smells, if anyone stinks, if anyone present is emanating a putrid, rank, odoriferous...
A deep rumble is heard. Everybody looks around.
Stench, it is...
A monster erupts from the sand. The monster is a giant nose. It takes a huge sniff, turns ominously on its 3 stumpy legs to face Philomil. The nose's nostrils open, huge and razor-jawed. Food! Philomil instinctively pops up 3 dukes.
Stay back, monster! I am prepared to defend my...
The nose inhales with mighty strength. Philomil is sucked off his feet and into one of the nostrils. The nose chomps him, rearing back, chewing and crunching. Inside the nose's nostril, the teeth chomp and grind, mangling Philomil.
Father!
Back off!
The pipe thrusts into the nostril, levers it open. Mama Rat clambers in after it, tugging at Philomil's limp form.
He's our score, you honking Brutius.
No, stop. What are you?
She twists, shoving her ass inward, and farts up the nose's nose in a burst of green gas. Outside the nose's nostril, the nose retches, coughs, hacks, and sneezes Philomil and Mama Rat, gooey and green, out of its nostril and onto the sand. The nose freezes, arcing with electricity. Rat has jammed it in the butt with a live cable from the wreck. The nose writhes and shakes in dying agony, collapses in a smoking heap on the sand.
Got him.
Mama Rat turns to Philomil, who has been badly mangled. He wheezes, barely alive.
How like a stinking...
He passes out. End of Act 1. Right. Act 2. Exterior, planet Aimeé, desert island beach, night. 2 campfires burn on the moon's lit beach. The 2 male Voskum roast nose around one. By the other, Grammarat tends a gray, sick-looking Philomele who shivers under a blanket. Mama Rat pokes the fire.
I trust you realize your foolish act of heroism cuts no mustard. As it happens, I'm done for.
Mister. You ain't done on us. Live meat's worth extra.
Grammarat fingers gunk from a pot into Philomele's mouth.
Oh, madam, your nails are appalling.
He sinks back, too weak to fight it.
If you desire course so badly, may I suggest you go find a job?
Job. Job, he says. Oh, I had job. Had good job. Mr. Brawny, ever see a planet get slurped?
Interior Voskum factory day flashback. A younger Grammarat pulls a pin from her kerchief and tools it around inside a janky metal orb full of wires.
Boss place Carly, 20 years ago. Had job fixing shipments. Good life. Was gossing Loopy Jammer when Quake hit.
Grammarat looks up as her world shakes. We zoom up through the building, through the quaking rat city, all the way out to reveal a luminous yellow planet. Our view is eclipsed by a planet-sized ball of water. It fizzes and glubs, makes wobbly contact with the rat planet, and steadily envelops it.
Biggie water blob. Biggest planet. Nobody know where it come from. We run, but soon, nowhere left to go.
We zoom back into the city as it crumbles and floods. The water rises 10 meters a second. Ships flee in all directions. Two skittering rat cars collide in midair. A tiny Voskum child, baby Mama Rat, is hurled from the wreckage. We follow her down, down, down as she is snatched by Grammarat, clinging to a skyscraping communications tower full of desperate Voskum. Grandma whips the kerchief from her hair, swaddles it around the child, kicks free a chunk of antenna and ties the child to the end like a hobo's bindle. She bounds up the tower like a mad ape, bindle in hand. From the tip she leaps, catches the ear of a fleeing rat ship. The ship pulls to a speedy vertical ascent. Grammarat watches the tower, her world, swallowed by a mile-high wall of water. The flooded planet dissolves to exterior, Planet Aqua, Desert Island Beach, night. A pale green moon dwarfs its pink sister over the dark ocean and the figures by the campfire.
In time, we find new home, basketball. Then, little while ago, double biggie water blobs show up. Collision course. Seen it early this time, but a little while from now, planet gets slurped.
So, get another. There's trillions.
There's a billion Voskum and a handful of ships, mister. No time. But Grammarat build a machine.
Enough cores can smash water blob to little bits.
Still, no excuse not to go through proper channels. There are requisition forms for this sort of thing.
Oh, we asked. Real nice. Nobody listened. So now we're getting creative.
Thank you for the enlightening lecture on moral justifications for piracy. You want a tragic tale? I'm about to perish here, with you, on this star-forsaken bog. At least I've doomed my mortal foe to the same fate.
He trails off. Hearing something, looks up. Is it faintly? Is it faintly I Was Made for Loving You, or some similarly rockin' ditty special made for Skpow? It is. It gets louder. I was made for loving you, baby. Interior, frog ship, cockpit, night. Way louder in here. The expansively gorgeous cockpit of the Frog percolator frog ship, my trip. You were made for loving me. FM Jones is a frog, a lanky, frog-like alien. He rocks his head to the music, sporting his slick 70s attire and huge orange bouffant like a champ. And I can't get enough of you, baby. Beside him hovers a vertical ring, Ziz, studded with vertical protrusions, globs of color floating in the center. Can you get enough of me? FM shifts in his fuzzy plush driver's seat, smoothly urges one of the immaculate pearl-handled grips forward. Exterior frog ship night. Coming in over the moon's-lit ocean, FM's frog ship, a house-sized, shiny red ball with cool yellow fins and a curved funnel sticking out the front, dips toward the island. Exterior planet Aqua, desert island beach, night. By the campfire, the music gets louder and louder. Philomel and the Voskham gape, dumbfounded, as the frog ship pulls up above them, does a couple of flashy donuts in the air, skids backward to a hovering stop just over the beach, and drops smoothly to settle in the sand a few meters from the campfires. The music fades as Mama Rat and Grandma Rat hop to their feet and strike defensive poses. A hatch pops open just above the sand. FM and Ziz emerge, FM brandishing a dangerous-looking bulbous device.
Ow, everybody.
Who the hell are you?
He sticks the back end of the bulb in his mouth, takes a long suck, and exhales a cloud of bubbles. Philomel disgust.
Can this day get any worse?
You know this guy?
FM swaggers over to Philomel, Grandma Rat, and Mama Rat's fire, takes a contemplative pull on his bulb.
Voskham Brony, huh? You don't see that partying too often. You friends now?
Vermin, scum. Scum, vermin. You'll get along famously. Mr. F.M. Jones, number 44 on the Galactipol's Most Wanted. Distribution of various nefarious ingestibles.
Philomel coughs a lung out onto the sand.
Oh, yeah. Your Brony's looking a tad Howard there, lady.
He's fine.
Just let me die in peace, would you?
No, that's no fun. Ziz, take a Le Guin over here.
Ziz floats closer, extensions lengthening and contracting.
Yeah, this here's Ziz. Ziz, tell the nice people what you require.
I require information. Would you like to complete a short survey?
Ziz can patch him up. If you don't mind a little Elysium.
How much?
Elysium?
Elysian or Ellison?
Ellison. Let's go back to I require information.
Okay.
And there's Ellison. As a girl.
Okay.
I require information. Would you like to complete a short survey?
Ziz can patch him up if you don't mind a little listen.
How much, Ellison?
Don't you dare.
Mama Rat looks to Grandma Rat, who nods.
Do it.
Ziz spears a dozen protrusions into Mama Rat.
Oh, she mama no like you. Whoa!
I require 17 liters of blood plasma.
More protrusions lance into Grandma Rat, the other Voskham, and finally into Philomel, who is bolted upright. Held fast, the involuntary blood donors and recipient twitch and grimace as the protrusions gulp and slurp. Philomel jerks and twists as the protrusions lift him, unbreaking his shattered bones.
Oh, that is just the limit! Oh.
Scooping the lung from the sand and jamming it back down his throat. The protrusions finish their grisly work and retract with a Skpow, dumping Philomel and the Voskham to the sand.
Skpow, baby.
That's new. Do it again.
Would you like to complete a short survey?
Philomel stands, patting his now fixed torso suspiciously, fingering the many new holes in his uniform.
What have you done?
That's 2 you owe me, mister.
We all Gibson, good as new.
F.M. Jones, in the name of the Bronwyn Admiralty, I order you to return me to my ship, post haste.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You ain't going nowhere, beautiful.
Niven, you two are way uptight.
2?
2?
They glare at FM, then at each other.
Ha ha, I know what you need.
FM winks and finger guns at Ziz. Floodlights and music blast from the frog ship. A dozen sexy holographic frogs flicker on and gyrate vigorously. It's a pop-up, hollow dance beach party. A huge projection appears above the frog ship. A t-shirt
Oh,
design.
yeah.
FM Jones, double fisting bulbs, words underneath. Scapardi animal. FM sachets his tremendous self to his signature throbbing bass line.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Exterior, Planet Aqua, Desert Island Beach, night. Later. Philomel and Mama Rat stew at the edge of the dance floor as Grandma Rat and FM cut eager rugs amid the Hall of Frogs.
Ridiculous.
And try sharing a spaceship with her.
This is the worst day of my life.
He takes an unhappy pull on one of FM's bubble bulbs and exhales. Reaches to steady himself, finds nothing, stumbles.
You never been drunk before?
None of your business.
You got Voskan blood in you now, mister. Gotta up your game.
I don't have to listen to this profane vulgarity, and indeed will not.
He stomps unsteadily off into the shadows under the trees as a sweaty FM staggers from the dance floor over to Mama Rat.
Oh, I am over the line.
You almost done here. Can you help us fix our ship or not?
FM takes a thick pull on his bulb.
You, ever been lonely? A Skpow is a beautiful thing.
An apple-sized tear drips from one of his froggy eyes.
Whoa, nothing sadder than a Skpow fowl.
Exterior, Planet Aqua, Desert Island Beach, night. Philomel, flopped on the sand, sulks in the shadows under a tree. In the distance, the party is going strong.
With cannons firm, boys, balls, ho.
He takes a sullen, self-pitying pull on his bulb.
They've ruined me. I'm ruined. A distinguished career scapowed into oblivion. Trapped forever on...
He trails off, looks over at the partying. His eyes narrow. He's got an idea. Exterior, Planet Aqua, Desert Island Beach, night. FM refills his bulb from a tap sticking out of the frog ship next to Mama Rat.
So Sissy Pants says you're some kind of degenerate?
Healer, maybe. Spiritual advisor, to some. Guru, that's a bit loaded.
Yeah, I can see.
Had a nice little operation. Ziz, she was one of my disciples. Strange girl. Don't super know her deal, to be honest. Ma'am, you might be talking to the last frog in the universe.
Yeah?
He gestures loosely at, well, everything.
Well, this Aquia, this is my home. Wasn't always this wet. More beach, less ocean, you know? But everything's changed when the Bronwyn water ball hit.
Excuse me? Bronwyn what ball?
Exterior, Desert Island Beach, behind the frog ship, night. The side of the frog ship facing the ocean is dim, shadowed from the partying. Moon's light glitters on the water. Philomel's ears emerge from the water, followed by the rest of him. Garbed only in his underwear, he sloshes ashore as quietly as he can and tiptoes up to the frog ship. He was right. There's a hatch on this side with a keypad. He taps on the keypad. It buzzes. He cracks his knuckles, tries again. Fingers flying over the keypad. Keypad bleeps. The hatch slides open. Philomel grins in the moon's light.
Skpow.
A banana-shaped coconut bounces off Philomel's head. He turns and sees Mama Rat in the moon's light, hucking another one.
I knew it. I screwing knew it.
Quit it.
For all your toity talk about honor and justice, here you are, ripping off this guy's ride who never did nothing to you.
Ah, yes. Moral judgment from someone who intends to sell me as lunch.
You brawnies don't even know what good is. You're a pirate like anybody else. Worse even, you did it to us.
What are you blithering about?
The flood balls. They're from your fancy aloha majigger. FM told me. Your stupid condo project splashing water out over 60 parsecs.
That's hardly my responsibility.
Oh, of course not. Too busy zipping around in your shiny hexagon to worry about what happens to anybody else.
The Bronwyn Admiralty shines as a beacon of order in a chaotic skuniverse. Our anthem.
Oh, shove your anthem. You think you're so noble, but deep down, you're the worst bullies out there.
Philomel flinches, genuinely hurt by this.
That is not true.
Oh, yeah? Prove it. What are you going to do about it?
That's easy. Oh, my, look over there.
She can't help it. She does. He takes the opportunity and bails, diving into the open frog ship hatch.
Son of a...
Interior frog ship airlock nights. The frog ship airlock is slick and spacious, which Philomel completely ignores as he leaps to the inner door controls. Too late, as Mama Rat piles into him, slamming him into the control panel, which beeps. Exterior, Planet Aqua, Desert Island Beach night. As FM, Grammarat, Ziz, the other Voskum, and the Frog holograms dance, the frog ship abruptly leaps from the sand, tumbling out over the sea, taking music and holograms with it. The campfires flicker in the sudden silence. FM looks up.
Bummer. Skparty foul.
Exterior, frog ship night. The frog ship spirals out over the moon's lit ocean, twirling around its long axis like a cluelessly thrown football. Exterior, frog ship airlock night. The centrifugal force has flung Philomel back out the hatch, where he barely clings with one leg hand. Mama Rat maintains a death grip on the door control panel, clinging against the spinning force, pulling her outward.
You fool woman, you've killed us both.
You're blaming me? This is the third ship you wrecked today.
Mama Rat loses her grip and is flung out. Instinctively, Philomel reaches and snags her arm. Now they're face to face, dangling perilously from the hatch.
Why'd you catch me?
He stares in unbelieving horror at his grip on her arm.
I don't know.
You think I count? You think I'm Skpeople?
I think you need to climb over me and hit the stabilizer control.
Look me in the eye right now and tell me I'm not Skpeople.
He tries. Oh, how he tries, but he can't.
Fine, you're Skpeople.
And?
Get me back to my ship and I'll get you the cores. No tricks this time. Now go.
Well, if you're gonna ask nicely.
Mama Rat clambers up over him in a way that's a lot more intimate than either of them would like.
What's a stabilizer?
The magenta one.
She spins her ass and smacks her tail down hard on a big magenta button. Exterior, frog ship, night. The frog ship's erratic spin tapers off. Interior, frog ship, airlock, night. Philomel and Mama clamber back into the airlock, panting.
Now what, Mr. Junior Captain Grade? How do we get back?
Phil and Mama Rat slam against the walls. The frog ship stops instantly.
I require information.
Ziz is outside the hatch, extensions fully extended, as if she'd stop the entire ship instantly, which she did.
Would you like to complete a short survey, or
They
would you
blanch
like-
as Ziz glows and extends ominously in at them.
would you like to complete an expanded survey?
End of Act 2. Act 3. Exterior, Planet Aqua, Desert Island Beach Day. The frog ship is back on the beach. Dawn oozes over the horizon, long shadows finding Philomel seated by the water, Ziz floating beside him.
And ever since, there's been this unbridgeable gap between my father and me.
FM wanders up to them, yawning.
Thank you for your response. Question 2. In ascending order,
All right, Ziz, that's plenty. Let's finish up.
thank you for your response.
Ziz splits in two like a sliced bagel tipped up on its side. Ziz 2 zooms down the beach towards the headless main wreck of the rat ship, spiking tubes into the sand like a pipeline. She erects scaffolding around it with terrifying speed. Ziz 1 erects similar scaffolding around the rat ship's head, rebuilding the rat ship back from the neck. Everything stares in amazement. Inspiring music blares from the frog ship.
Hey, it's a big moment.
The frenzied scaffolding builds to a crescendo and Skpows into fairy dust. Skpow! Revealing the reconstructed rat ship, shiny and new. Even Philomel is taken aback.
It's so clean.
We ready or what?
Exterior, Skpace, System Aqua, day. The island falls rapidly behind the curve of the planet as the frog ship tows the rat ship on a long cable into orbit. Interior, Voskum Raider, driving room, day. Mama Rat and Grandma Rat fiddle with controls in the driving room. Philomel stands by, arms folded, Ziz2 beside him.
Thanks to the toe-up, FM. She's pretty, but she ain't built for Atmo.
Ziz2's central color blobs pulse in time to
My pleasure, ma'am.
interior frogship cockpit day. FM works the controls as Ziz1, acting as a two-way radio, floats nearby.
And I figured Phil might need a little Asimov holding up his end of the bargain.
There's no need to be insulting.
Interior Voscom Raider driving room day. Philomel frowns indignantly out as the frog ship above.
It's my plan, isn't it? I just took a trifle longer than expected to come around to it.
Lucky.
Exterior Skpace, orbiting planet Aqua day. The Cannonade Charger, tumbling slowly, arcs overhead above the climbing frog ship and rat ship. FM taps the brakes slightly. The cable slackens into lazy loops. The rat ship drifts up next to the frog ship, both coming up under the charger above. Interior Voscom Raider driving room day. Mama Rat hands Philomel the radio box.
Take it away, Starshine.
Philomel accepts the box with distaste, twiddles the knobs.
Cannonade Charger, come in. This is your captain speaking.
Pause. Then
Captain?
then
Captain, is that really you?
Jensen, good show. You see now why I insist on hourly decompression drills?
Interior Bronwyn Cannonade avenging bridge day. Jensen and other Skpace-suited Bronwyn crewmen repair the shattered dome amid floating fragments of party cake.
Yes, sir. Saved my life, sir. Sir, where have you been? You're not on the radar. We thought you'd...
My report will be required reading, Jensen, in good time. First, I need you to pull the spare cores from storage and prepare them for transfer.
Captain?
I'm just going to pause for a second. Are we getting like a double?
Yeah, I don't know what's causing that. That just started.
Yeah, that's weird.
It seems to be stopped now.
Stop now.
Okay, you want to just go back a couple of lines?
Yeah, let's go back to Jensen and the other Skpace-suited Bronwyn repair the shattered dome amid floating fragments of party cake.
Oh, yes, sir. Saved my life, sir. Hey, sir, where have you been? You're not on the radar. We thought you'd...
My report will be required reading, Jensen, in good time. First, I need you to pull the spare cores from storage and prepare them for transfer.
Captain?
Exterior Skpace, orbiting planet Aqua, day. Later, Jensen and another Skpace-suited Bronwyn jetpack towards the rat ship. A dozen coffin-sized dark crystal cores are lashed together between them.
How's it going out there, you folks? Skparty?
Thudding frog rock starts playing over the radio. Exterior Voscom Raider head section day. The door opens. Mama Rat and Philomel, Skpace-suited, emerge amid a storm of plastic bags and nudie rat mags. Philomel's Skpace-suit is filthy, dug out of the trash. Mama Rat slams the door shut behind them and they drift out, safety lines trailing, towards the approaching Bronwyn crewmen and their cargo. Radio conversation.
Captain, I can't help noticing that that's a Voscom?
The two pairs of Skpace walkers meet. Mama Rat hooks a cable from the rat ship to the bundled cores.
Lieutenant?
Yes, Captain.
Shut up.
Skpow! A massive cannonball blasts the rat ship. The impact sends the still tethered rat ship and frog ship spinning like a cheerleader's baton with a Skpace ship on each end. Jensen and the other Bronwyn crewmen are flung away. Mama Rat and Philomel cling to the cores, now suspended from the pinwheeling rat ship by the safety line.
I am very tired of clinging to rapidly rotating objects.
High above, the heavy cannonade Avenging sweeps across Philomel's view. It's 3 times the size of the Charger.
No! Cease fire!
Interior, Bronwyn Cannonade Avenging, bridge, day. Commodore Tilly on the Avenging is taken aback.
This is a restricted frequency. Who is this? Identify yourself at once.
Exterior, Voscom Raider, head section, day. Philomel and Mama Rat are barely holding on to the cores.
You are currently firing on Captain Herodias Philomel, junior grade of Cannonade Charger, if you please.
Interior of Oscar Raider, driving room day. Centrifugal force pins Grammarat against the wall as stars wheel past through the portholes. Ziz is unaffected.
Impossible. Philomele was lost in battle.
It turns out there's a funny story about that. And Jones, would you kindly turn off that bloody music and release the cable?
Interior Frogship cockpit day. FM grimaces and fights with the controls as he's pasted back into his seat by centrifugal force.
Oh, man, it's busted.
Interior Bronwood cannonade avenging bridge day. Commodore Tilly views a holographic tactical schematic of the situation with distaste.
Philomele, our sensors show you in proximity to a Voskum female.
That's Mama Rat, you sexy bungus.
You've given it access to our frequency? Philomele, this is treason.
Exterior of Oscar Raider head section day. Philomele and Mama Rat still cling desperately to the cores.
Commodore, I grant that the spectacle of myself clad in reeking garbage while clinging to our surplus cores in the company of an avowed enemy in clear violation of regulations might create doubt regarding my character. However, I have an entirely rational explanation.
Proceed.
Right now, I thought perhaps a shower, a cube of tea.
Hey, lady, zip your hole. This pretty young thing's doing a job for us. Once he's done, you two can go staple reports together all night long.
Philomele, is this account accurate?
I feel we've brushed over a great deal of exculpatory detail, but yes, we have come to an arrangement.
With a Voskum.
I know it sounds absurd, Commodore, but I've seen a rare side of our foe.
Interior of Oscar Raider driving room day. Grammarat's ears perk up as she stomps pedals on the floor.
They seek cores to protect their dying world. We have many, and helping them does no harm to us.
Exterior of Oscar Raider head section day. Hanging in Skpow, Philomele glances at Mama Rat. He can't believe he's admitting this, but...
And regardless of their motives, they have valor. This one risked her life to save mine.
Twice.
Their calamity is of our making, Commodore. The truth is, we owe them.
Are you finished?
Yes, I believe I am.
Very well.
Interior Bronwyn cannonade avenging bridge day. Commodore Tilly reads from her display.
Captain Hieronymus Philomele, the automated court-martial finds you guilty in the first order of consorting with alien kind. You are stripped of rank, command, and ship, and are hereby sentenced to death.
She circles a finger at one of her lieutenants.
In addition, due to the severity and perversity of your offense, your crew are forfeit. Better to burn the orchard than suffer a rot to spread.
Exterior of Oscar Raider head section day. Philomele's eyes widen in horror as the Avenging's cannon pivots and fires. The cannonball strikes the heart of the cannonade charger, shattering the ship into exploding fragments. Reflected in his helmet, Philomele's world disintegrates.
You rotters!
His face sets in a look of hardened determination.
Jones, Grandma, the Avenging's reload cycle is 32 seconds. Both of you, pivot 1/2 radius starboard and accelerate. Do it now!
Exterior, Skpow, orbiting planet Aqua Day. The frog ship and rat ship, still tumbling around the center point of the tow cable, rotate and hit their engines. The two ships pivot towards the Avenging. Interior, frog ship cockpit day. The accelerating force rocks FM back.
Can you handle it, Jones?
Lucky for you, you got a once-in-a-lifetime pilot on your hands.
Exterior, Voska, Raider, head section day. Mama Rat attaches a gadget to the safety line.
Hang on tight, Mr. Britches.
The gadget screeches and hauls on the line, pulling them and the cores up toward the rat ship's head above.
21, 20, 15. Grandma, is your infernal jump device still operational?
Interior, Voska, Raider, driving room day. Grandma Rat holds up a sparking, dripping hunk of machinery.
Always.
Exterior, Voska Raider, head section day. Montmorat and Philomel reach the rat ship's head, lash up the cores in themselves. The Avenging rotates into view.
10, 5, 4, 3. Activate it, if you please.
Exterior, Skpace, orbiting planet Aqua, day. The Avenging fires. The rat ship blinks forward, vacating the shot's path. Skmiss! Reappearing several ship lengths away, tightening the tow rope to impossible tension, which recoils, flinging both ships with bullet speed at the Avenging. Interior, Bronwyn cannonade Avenging bridge, day. Alarms blare in the Avenging's dome as the two ships, cable coiling and uncoiling between them, tumble straight at them.
Reload, damn you. Reload.
Sorry, Commodore. I guess I'm no fun at parties.
Exterior, Voskum Raider, head section, day. The rat ship's now pointed straight at the Avenging.
Mr. Jones, a smidge more thrust.
You're reading my mind, Phil. It's spooky.
Interior, Skpace, orbiting planet Aqua, day. The two smaller ships zoom past the Avenging, one above and one below the extended barrel of its cannon. The cable catches on the cannon. Frog ship and rat ship twirl around it like two demented tether balls in opposite directions.
Steady. Steady. Full power!
It's the exact moment in their orbits around the cannon where full thrust on the frog ship stops it cold, providing maximum leverage for the rat ship to swing around, tighten the cable, and rip the Avenging's cannon clean off. Spins off into space, Skpace, and fires. Skpow! As the mortally wounded Avenging, smoking and shuddering, is hurled down at the planet.
So help me, Philomel. You'll pay for this if it's the last thing I do.
The frog ship and rat ship catapulted away, the planet rapidly dwindling behind them. End of Act 3. Tag. Exterior, Skpace, Squirmhole, day. Rat ship and frog ship power through a 2001 Space Odyssey-esque squirmhole.
Captain's, no. Personal log. Hieronymus Philomel Bronwyn Outlaw. Recording.
Interior, Voskum Raider, driving room, day. Philomel dictates into a filthy recorder.
My flawless service record came to an end today, as did my ship, crew, and career. All that remains is my life.
The rat enters through a cramped tunnel.
Hey, Captain. Recording your memoirs? Mention me yet?
Don't call me that. I'm no captain. I'm nothing. Not anymore.
Could have fooled me, Captain.
May I have 1 second of privacy, please? Great Skpace! Look out!
He points in horror through the portholes at Skpow to black. Skpow! End of tag, end of show.
Yay! Oh, hold on.
Wow, that was fun. You guys are awesome. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
What's
Fun
yeah,
read.
yeah.
Fun read.
Pardon?
I said very fun
Very
read. I just have to deal with that barking that you're hearing. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
I kept thinking it was my dog. No, I'm like, oh no,
I
it's not
was
his
wondering whose dog it was.
No,
My
it's
dog's actually behaving.
fully ours.
Yeah. I'm done with talking for a second. Here, Dwayne, do you want to comment or?
Wait, did I unmute? Yes, you can hear me. Yeah, that was great. That was really fun. I took 2 pages of notes, all very positive things that I was hoping to learn from this table read, from this draft. So some very useful stuff. Yeah, you guys were all awesome. That was really good. It was very enjoyable. I was going through phases of like taking notes and criticizing the script, and then going through phases of like I closed my eyes for about a third of it and just kind of zoned out and forgot I was like supposed to be paying attention because I was enjoying it. It was very fun.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, because I had to spend so much time, like, with my eyes on the script reading. I didn't get to sort of look up and watch you guys' performance as much as I would have liked, but you know, the vocals were awesome. And when I did get a chance to see the you know, what you guys were doing, like bringing sort of physically as well as verbally to the to it, it was a real treat. What do you guys think? Let's start
Funny
with
script.
yeah, Mark.
So good.
I was just saying, funny script, great performances from everybody as well. So, yeah, it was quite enjoyable. Like Belinda says, I could see this being on, you know, Adult Swim right now, or at the very least, Teletoon.
Well, we're kind of like we're partially sort of like, well, you got to know your audience, and you can't be one and you can't be both. It has to be, well, it's a kids show or it's for adults. And yet, like right now, sort of, I mean, I think we're like, well, it's the Futurama, you know, it's like adults could appreciate this, but I think kids could as well.
Yeah.
And we don't necessarily want to like clunk over to one side or the other, but you know, like depending on, you know, if someone were to show interest or if a producer sort of had like a direction they wanted to push, I think it could go either way.
Sure, like if you get interested in it being an adult show, just, you know, bolt a couple of fucks to that script, and there you go, and you're set. Yeah,
A little more cleavage.
yeah,
A little more fucking.
Well, what we had talked about was like sort of not working blue, but also having like basically like having Mummerat be like very sexual in like upcoming episodes, like omnisexual. Because like we were trying to make the aliens alien, and we wanted like Phil would probably be a bit of a priss, but thinking like everyone else would basically just be like completely omnisexual, like Captain Jack in Doctor Who or something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, or like again in Futurama, where like the characters are kind of horny, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
One element of their sort of characteristics. One of the things we're trying for is like, because it's like it's supposed to be like another universe. There are no human beings here, so we get to have that separation. You know, so and we hope that like that sort of means it like presumably can sort of have international appeal, right? It's not like tied to any one particular culture or experience. It could draw on like performers from any kind of ethnicity or background or anything like that. And we're hoping to
The one thing I would, if I could jump in there,
yeah.
I think that like having all your characters be Captain Jack or omnisexual is like super fun. I would be cautious about having Mummerat be overtly sexual, because then what you're doing is just massively sexualizing your like
female lead,
your female lead, yeah, which
totally.
is that's the same as just going, she's got a lot of cleavage and big boobs, and you know what I mean, which I don't think is what you've done with her. But I think if you go in that direction with like a lot of characters like that, they're all omnisexual or whatever, and Philomele kind of has to deal with that. That's fun, but I would be cautious of making your female lead character into that.
Well, I mean,
totally.
It seems, one assumes that Jones is certainly probably omnisexual.
Jones is, I think Grammar Rat as well. Like Grammar Rat and Jones should have this like fabulous romance. Like that's great.
And you might even want
just off the page.
Yeah, like Jones. One of the things we talked about already was like when FM Jones is partying with the holograms. And we always struggle with like how much to put in, because it just bumps the page count, you know. But one of the things we wanted to do was, you know, have him sort of like put his arms around like boy frogs, girl frogs, and you know, they're all just like, like horny holograms.
And one,
but it's just like boys and girls. Like
one assumes these are solid light holograms too.
Well, if we could, I don't know. I think they should look like Star Wars holograms, right? That kind of like tracking line, sort of.
So it's more like a Durjak table.
Yeah. Hey, Donovan, do you want to try your giving your camera a whirl now that we're done the thing? We could.
Yeah. Well, let's see what happens now.
Yay!
Seems to be okay.
And so Donovan, what do you think?
I enjoyed it quite a bit. Yeah, it reminded me a lot of of what's the show? Not The Simpsons. What's the other show they do?
Futurama?
The Planet Express. Futurama. Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a lot of Futurama-esque kind of stuff in there with the characters, and yeah, it seems really marketable. I think I enjoyed it quite a bit. Yeah.
And
Good. I like that the characters are a little weird as well, like drawing wise, where like the horse has extra weird feet in the front and it's always hopping to fight, and things like that are always good because we've seen so much of everything so far. So anytime you can make something that's a little more twisted or bizarre, the better, right? Because that will take us to something new that we haven't seen before, so that we'll get drawn to that.
Yeah, I think I mentioned to you before that I really like Philomeal's design, like just the weird centaur with the human hands on the front legs.
It's so good.
It's like it's a truly alien and weird design. It's something that we've kind of seen before, but it's like, but wait, that just takes it in a different direction, and yeah.
And Aimeé, what do you think? Yeah, it was an awesome job, by the way. I mean, I've said it before, but again, like I just like your grammar at was just like, oh my god, this is awesome. Like,
Thank you.
It was really nice for me to hear Ziz. That was a treat.
I love the characters. I love the whole thing. The first time I read it, I missed the line of I'm tired of hanging on to oscillating objects or whatever. So I had sort of thought like, oh, that kind of the same thing happens again, but that line makes it all worth it that it happens twice.
Yeah, that was very funny.
I did have a question about Ziz. So is she an artificial life form, or is she some kind of energy being that's surrounded by technology? What is she? Or do we know? Do we even know yet?
I think that's the sort of thing that is like subject to revision and further explanation. Like if you go back to the document that we sent out where it's sort of like species unknown, origin unknown, purpose unknown. It's like, so what's is she a robot? Is she the ring, or is she the little floating color blobs inside the ring? Is she both? Like
yeah, my first instinct was that she's some kind of essentially like Q level being. Like she's one of those energy beings that the Enterprise always runs into, who can do pretty much whatever she wants to. And
everything.
Maybe uses technology to
mixed
achieve
with
it.
the robot in Interstellar.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is supposed to be sort of like mysterious, helpful, but just kind of like vaguely malevolent, which will, the long arc would be that she sort of evolves into the big bad of like season 2.
Cool.
I like it. Yeah.
It's like a von Neumann, like self-replicating machine, like a probe that's been sort of sent out in the universe to learn things. I don't know if any of you guys have ever played the game Star Control. But like it's kind of a run on one of the plot threads in that game where these sort of floating gas creatures that live on a Jupiter-like planet buy a probe, and they from like a passing salesman basically, and they send it out, but they turn its self-replicating feature all the way to the top. So what it's supposed to do out is just go out and gather information, but instead it just like always attacks things because it's trying to get like resources to build more. So this is sort of like a slightly tuned down version of that. So this is why she's just like very interested in information, and always just sort of helpful. And they're just sort of spreading out into the universe, and they'll basically just kind of be happy to kind of hook up with anybody who will tolerate their presence, just so they can just sort of hang around and like watch what's going on, right? With this sort of
so they can take a survey.
Yeah.
yeah. Just gathering information for the
Amass
eventual.
all of the knowledge in the universe.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's really
I thought
cool.
all the jokes were very funny, and Mark and Belinda.
Yeah. Again, like both of you guys, like Mark, I really like. It was sort of interesting every so often because when I was reading, I was sort of getting these Commander Shepard echoes, obviously, but I enjoyed the contrast. Like I think like Commander Shepard is often kind of required to play everything fairly straight.
Yes. Yeah.
and so it was fun to hear that kind of Commander Shepard voice having a little bit more like panic and outrage and that kind of stuff. And then I thought like
More horse.
Sorry.
Yeah, more horse.
More horse.
And then I thought Mama Rat or Belinda, you just really had the right sort of mix of sort of outrage and intention and intensity and
Oh, thanks.
and kind of like being able to like some flirtatiousness, but and like what's the word I'm looking for? Proper outrage of at like a wrong done, but also still a sort of looseness and we're rats, we don't really take anything super seriously kind of thing.
She felt, I'm sorry, the to use your word, the accent was probably a little janky at this stage, but it felt there's something about that kind of, I don't know, it might not be quite right for it, but there was something about the way that it's written that does feel kind of a little bit like the Voskham are a tiny bit hillbilly.
Yeah, they totally are, I think.
But yeah, anyway, but thanks. Yeah, that was really, really fun to read. Yeah, thanks. It's super great.
I am going to stop the recording. If anybody's watching this, because I do intend to put this on YouTube, I guess like and subscribe, whatever. Let's see if this actually becomes a TV show someday.